Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Electric Bunny, or Bunny for short. Today I have a very special video for you guys. It is the MerMay 2024 collab video. I'm excited for you guys to see everybody's doll that they made for the collab because they all turned out super amazing and I think you'll enjoy every single one of them. So let's go ahead and talk about who is the host and who is in the collab. So the host for the collab is I Could Do That DIY. And the other artists participating are, his name is Akin, Blurred Colors Art, Fairyman Dolls, Lady Dynamite Creates, Stefu Dolls, and of course yours truly. Alright, so for MerMay, I thought it would be a cute idea to make a 90s mermaid Barbie inspired. So here is what the tail looks like that my partner modeled for me that I will be printing out in a hot pink resin. I am really excited for this one because I love neon colors, and that will definitely be the palette for my mermaid doll this time around. I felt very inspired by Barbie because I recently just watched the Barbie movie. Actually, I know I'm a little behind, but yeah, so I absolutely loved it. But I also grew up with Barbie, and I definitely cried during the movie. And I just felt very inspired by it. And I've also lately been, since I started doll customization, I've been trying to collect my favorite Barbies I had growing up as a kid in the 90s. So it just felt right to make a Barbie that's inspired by the 90s, but also a mermaid because I also love mermaids as well. So let's give it a go and let's start on the doll. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the mermaid tail. I printed the tail out in a hot pink resin that I mixed up with using a hot pink powder pigment that I mixed into my UV resin. I know with the lighting it looks kind of orangey, but I promise you it is very pink. So this is how the tail's pieces kind of fit together. I'll be stringing her off camera just because we want to make sure everything fits properly, and I would like to give you guys a better tutorial on it later than now, since this is kind of the first tail we printed out and we didn't know how it was going to work out. So for her tail, I wanted her to have like her tail to look wet. So I thought it'd be a good idea to use a UV gel nail polish on her tail. Not only that, it's just a clear coat, it also has glitter. Because why not? She is a 90s mermaid Barbie. She needs to be very bright and very glittery. So after painting my biggest pieces of the tail, I end up running out of my UV gel nail polish, and luckily Amazon had it as a one-day delivery and I received it the next day and I could continue painting more of my pieces. So at the end of her tail, the end piece has a little slot where it fits perfectly for the fin to just slide in. I used a little bit of super glue just to hold it in place and have it fit a little more secure. And after that, I decided to paint the fin with a iridescent glitter nail polish. I kind of went back and forth with what I wanted to do for her fin. I thought about leaving it foggy because it does look pretty, but I also want it to be shiny, but I didn't want it to do a clear coat because I didn't want it to be see-through. So I thought glitter was the best option. Glitter's always the best option. Always. And for her eyes, Barbie has bright blue eyes, so I painted the iris a really light blue, and using a little bit of super glue and a black rhinestone, I will be using that for her pupil. And once the pupil is dry, I am using this UV gel and blue glitter nail polish, and I'm using the toothpick to kind of just put it inside of the eye and moving it around to get it nice and even. And then I will use my UV light to cure the gel nail polish. And then once the gel nail polish is cured, I added the clear to the top of it, just the dome off the eye, so it looks like an actual eye. And here's how they look so far. Or here's how they look done, I mean. I'm sorry. And for my mermaid doll, I printed her out in this nice tan color that I made. I also made her a seashell necklace, kind of representing the one that she wears in the live action film. But it's not just pink, I decided to make mine rainbow. And for her earrings, I am using those same seashells, and I added a chain to them so they dangle off her ears. And to cover the chain up, I'm adding little sea stars to cover the top part of the chain so it looks like a stud. And I added some little shells to the cartilage area of the ear to make it look like she has cartilage piercings. And for her fingernails, I decided to paint her nails a neon orange because neon was a very popular thing to do in the 90s. There's a lot of neon clothes and neon nail polishes and stuff like that, and accessories, so why not give her some pretty bright nails? Which was also kind of hard to do because her nails were so tiny. And I was trying not to get them all over her, get the paint all over her fingers. And once I am done painting her nails, she's gonna have the best accessory of all. I asked my partner if he can make me a tiny ring pop, and he did. Look how adorable this little ring pop is. It's so cute. I love it so much. And also, a very popular accessory in the 90s, at least from what I remember, are scrunchies. My mom used to buy me all kinds of scrunchies in every color and every pattern. So I felt like my 90s mermaid Barbie needed her scrunchie. I am using this hot pink fabric to make her scrunchie, and I'm just gonna hem up the top here. And once it is hemmed, I threaded an elastic through the scrunchie, and I'm going to pull the elastic as tight as I can and tying it off. And once the elastic is tied off, we'll go ahead and trim it. And just trim the little end bits here. And once it is trimmed, I kind of like shuffle the elastic around to just try to get the knot on the inside of the scrunchie, so it makes it a little easier when closing the scrunchie up. And once the scrunchie is finished, we can add it to her wig, which I totally made on camera and then somehow lost the footage, but the hair I use is a mohair. It's very curly and very poofy and very 90s, so I think it turned out perfect. And here are some sunglasses for her that my partner modeled for me, because what mermaid doesn't need little sunglasses? And for her top, I am using this pattern from My Little Doll Story, This is a smart doll pattern, but you can shrink it down to 75% and it fits a quarter scale doll. And you may recognize this fabric. It's from the Hot Skatin' Barbie. I did buy the outfit off of eBay, and I cut it up to the pattern pieces, and we're going to use that to make her top because it's a very 90s print and I think it would match perfectly. I'm going to hem up the sides of each bust piece. For her other bust piece, I am using this neon orange color, just sparkly. And we're going to sew this to the bottom part of the top and then hem the top up on the bottom part. And then we have our sparkly 90s top for our mermaid. And because this outfit is very old, as you can see, a lot of the glitter is not there anymore. So using this puffy paint, I'm just tracing back over where the lines are and adding some more glitter back to the outfit. I definitely had to go back over the lines a couple times just because the puffy paint was a little sheer. And now let's start with her face. I am using the Open Smile face mold that I used on March 7th for Barbie. And because since she is tan, I want her to have a very bright eyeshadow look, so I coated her eyes in a white pastel, and it took me three layers before it became like very opaque because I really wanted the eyeshadow to be bright. And I'm using a light brown color for her eyebrows. And once we get to the white, as opaque as I want it to be, so the bright colors will show really well, I am using some yellow on the inner corners of her eyes. Because I really wanted her to have a very bright eye look. I thought it would be so pretty for a 90s mermaid Barbie. But yes, we're going to do the yellow on the inner corners of her eyes. And then I'm doing a bright blue on the rest of the eyelid on the top and the bottom. And this I did a little bit of it off camera. I had to do, I think, a couple layers. Either 2 or 3 layers just to build up the pigment of the blue and the yellow as well. Because I really wanted it to be bright. I did, because after you do spray it with MSC, the color does dull down a little bit. So it definitely did take like 2 or 3 layers just to build up that color. And I painted her lips a light pink, and I'm adding a darker pink pastel in the middle of the lips. And using some white acrylic paint, I am painting on her little teethies. Which is always they're so tricky to do since they're so small. I really have to concentrate to make sure I'm painting her teeth and not her lips. Gotta be very careful with painting these. But I do love the little teethy details. It's probably one of my favorite part of the face mold. And I wanted to give her a graphic liner look. So I am using my white pencil to sketch out where I want to put the graphic liner, since I will be painting it on with acrylic paint. But I would rather have a line to follow than trying to wing it myself. So after that, I am using this very bright pink acrylic paint, and I'm just tracing over the white line that I used to make with a white pencil to give her a little graphic liner moment. Oh, got a little blurry there for a second. Decided to focus on the pencil and not her face. It happens. And here is how the liner looks on her eyes. Forgot a spot. I saw a little spot that I missed, so touching it up real quick. And here is how it looks. And now, time for some lashes, which I am using a gouache paint a brown gouache paint to paint on her lashes. So I painted these and then I redid them later because I didn't like how my first how I did the lashes first. I didn't really like them, but I did redo them off camera. Sometimes I'm very picky about lashes. Like I want to be able to paint some really nice, thin, pretty lashes. That is like a goal for me. And it's really frustrating when I can't get them very thin and I see these other artists that do such pretty lashes. I'm just like, I want to do that. But practice makes perfect, so maybe if I just keep practicing, I can also make pretty lashes. And now using some black acrylic paint, I am just painting on her wing liner. Very slowly trying to make sure they're even, because as always I get one side looking really nice and then the other side not so much. Which that definitely did happen again. As always, it's always a struggle. I try to make them twins, I just make them sisters instead. I'm sorry for the blurriness. It, like, as soon as I turned her face, I was trying to get her to not blur. It thought the Q-tip and the pencil was more important, I guess. There we go. As soon as I turn her face around, there we go. Kind of cover the pencil a bit so you know you can see her face. Yeah, this is the side I definitely struggled with because I got way too thick on the one side. And then so I was like, oh no, now I need to match the other side. It's a constant battle. Try to get your liners to match on each side. And then after this, I'll put her all together and we can look at the photos, which I hope you guys really like her. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you guys really do enjoy the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about my mermaid doll, and if you would like to see any more inspired mermaid dolls, or possibly any more inspired Barbie dolls. Since I love Barbie so much. Barbie is one of my favorite dolls of all time. So definitely let me know if you would like to see more inspiration dolls inspired by Barbie, or any other kind of like 90s dolls. Ooh, I don't know if anyone grew up in the 90s that watches my channel, but if you did, please let me know if you remember this one. I thought about recreating Betty Spaghetti, because I don't know if you guys had her, but I thought she was really cool, and she was definitely a very unique kind of doll. If you don't know what that one is, make sure you look it up. She's really cute, trust me. Alright guys, so make sure you hit that like button if you like this video, and hit the notification bell if you want to know when I have my next video up. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Also, I'll be streaming on Twitch tonight around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be collabing with some other VTuber friends, and we will be playing Content Warning, which I'm very excited to do. It's a really fun game, so make sure you come out and hang out with me on Twitch, and I will leave all that down below in the description, and also the other artists that I worked with for this collab. Make sure you go check out their videos because they all did a super awesome job, and make sure you go show them some love. Alright guys, have a good weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!